some plants require pruning in order to have a pleasing appearance, maintain strong structure, and to avoid breakage. And Cassia is one of those plants. Come along as I show you how we prune our Cassia trees. Cassia is called by various different common names, including butterfly bush, Christmas senna, Winter Cassia. Its scientific name is Senna bicapsularis, but it has recently been changed to Senna bicapsularis. It is a sprawling semi-evergreen shrub or small tree, and it tends to be multi-branch, but I prefer to grow our Cassia into a small tree with a central strong leader or trunk. So let's get to pruning. Here we've got the tools of the trades: gloves, loppers, bypass pruners, and a pruning saw. On the smaller trees, you probably won't need a pruning saw, but my larger ones will require a pruning saw. Cassia blooms in late fall to early winter. In our Zone 9 property here, it typically blooms middle of October all the way to end of December, mid-January. It's currently late January, and our Cassia tree has a couple wilted, almost wilted flowers on it, and there's one or two buds that I see on this tree. And I think the buds is atypical because it's coming off of the new branches that I pruned off a few months ago. Cassia is a weak wood, and it likes to send out long branches. So in order to avoid it from breaking, we have to trim those long branches. And I kind of like it tight and short, so that's how I'm going to prune it. So here we go. Just above a bud. I think this one's okay. This doesn't require a lot of pruning. It sends out these little shoots. Flip them out. I don't like them because I want the strong structure. So just brush them off. This particular tree here, it actually fell over a couple months ago when there were some strong winds. So we had to pull it back up, and we put a stake here. We're going to leave the stake here for maybe another year until it stabilizes itself. But keeping it short and tight will definitely help it to remain standing. This is one of our Cassia that's in the front. I actually have 3 here in the front yard. So it's a little bit too wide, and I want it tighter. So I'm gonna go remove any branches that are crossing, such as this one. So I'm gonna cut it as close as I can, but not too close. This one is right there. And this one's a little too long for my taste, so I'm cut it just above a node. Oops, goodbye. Sometimes you step back and take a look. Major prunings are done in end of December all the way to January. And the second major prunings, if you will, is in May and June. So the rest of the year, if you want to, you can prune for shape, or if it gets too heavy, prune it, cut the branches halfway, if you will. But the rest of the time, if you want to maintain the blossom, you just basically pinch off the tips to encourage branching. There are side shoots along this trunk. There's a number of them, so I'm just going to take them off because I want my strong central trunk. Well, I can get that one too. Shorten this branch. So we'll shorten this one. Let's take a look. We're going to take this one off. And I think that's, whoops, it's a little too long here. And I think that's it for this tree. Let's go to the next one. So the cassia tree, or large bush, it can grow up to 10 to 15 feet tall and wide. I have trimmed this throughout the growing season, but look how sprawling it is still, even though I've pruned it back some. But now this is my major pruning time in the winter, so I'm gonna start off with some of the smaller branch so that I can get a good look at the shape. As you can see, I have pruned it before, but it grows fast. You know what? I think I need my loppers. Almost all our trees, and they're mostly young trees, with the exception of the large one in the back, requires staking. I find that I need to stake them for at least the first few years of its life, just to help to keep it upright. And the trees blooms and branch so prolifically, the roots and the wood isn't strong enough for it. So that's why pruning is essential to maintain the appearance as well as to avoid breakage. So you'll have to walk around just so that you can see the overall shape and size that you want. And you're gonna have to come around once, 2, or even 3 times around just to make sure that the overall appearance is what you want. We're gonna cut this off because it's blocking the inside. Whoops. I don't want that. It's got to go. This branch is crossing, so that's got to come out. This is a little unwieldy and unshapely, so that's going to get cut off. It's a little too long, so that's going to come out too. Now we go to the other side. Unshapely, crossing branch, weak, not contributing to structure. Looks like I have no mercy on this tree, but it's okay. It will come back, no problem. Don't like this one. That one's not good because it's going to cross as it gets older. You know what? We're going to do one right here. I have taken a lot from this tree already, but I've stepped back and I don't like this because it is going to sprawl and I don't need this particular one, so I'm going to saw this one out. I think I'm going to shorten this a little bit. So I need my pruners. Like you said, I want my branches short and tight. Need now my loppers. Cut it closer to this particular bud. I think that does it for this tree for right now. You know what? I don't like this. Out it comes. It looks a little bald, but that will be fine. Actually, this is too long. This is a little long. One more. Don't like that, so out that one comes. That makes it a little longer. You know what? We're going to short this a little more. And I think that's it. I must exercise self-control. Nope. This has got to come out. And I think that's it. Oh, no.
Away from the tree.
Okay, all right. It looks terrible right now. It is not akin to crepe murder because it will come back and it will come back in full force. So this is how we prune this one. So we'll show you the last tree in the backyard. It was our original tree that was planted in the ground in 2016. And it's the tree that I've taken cuttings from and that I've planted all the other cassia that we have on the property here. So let's take a quick look at that. So this is the original cassia tree. I babied it for a couple years in pots before I actually planted it in the ground. And from this tree, I have 7 other trees in the backyard and 3 in the front from cuttings, and I've given a handful to friends. So very easy to start from cuttings, and also it takes pruning very well. This tree, in one season, the branches went all the way almost to the very top of this viburnum tree. So it grows prolific, it's a fast grower, so it can take severe pruning. I didn't butcher my tree, maybe I did, but it's okay. It grows back and it'll be beautiful. If you live in zone 9 through 11 and you want some color in fall, end of fall to early winter, plant a cassia tree. You won't regret it. Some plants require pruning in order to... Okay, all right.